Maria ulijua kuwa mwana wangetembea juu ya maji. Je, ulijua kwamba mwana wangetuliza dhoruba? Ulijua Je, ulijua mwanao wa kiume angetuliza dhoruba? Ulijua mwanao Yesu ni muweza yote, ukimbusu mwanao
Today I'm taking you to my community and see what I do on my daily basis.
What do you want, Siro?
Your hands with clean running water and apply enough liquid soap. Rub your palms together. Rub the back of your hands. Interlink your fingers together. Cup your fingers, clean the thumbs. Rub your palms with your fingers, rings and bright. All over the world, let's get Corona out of the world. Together we will win the battle.
Hi,
my name is Ashley Waudo. I work with Partners for Care in the Water Park Department. Ever since the first cases of the virus were reported in the country, Partners for Care has been at the forefront of the fight against the virus. We've been able to set up over 3,500 hand wash stations. This would not have been possible without donations from our partners in the US. So mine is just to say thank you for that, and also just to thank our local partners in ensuring that the hand wash stations set up are effective and efficient. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and may God bless you.
We understand that 85% of all health problems in the world are related to water.
We don't want our people, our children, to perish just because they don't have the knowledge. So what we need is just more empowerment for us to get out there and reach more people and save them and change their life.
One of the greatest problems facing the developing world is safe water.
We were in Kenya for 3 weeks, part of the GAP program. GAP stands for Global Applied Projects, and it was a 10-week program sponsored by Greif.
The Kenya project was a very special project for us here at Fisher because it was such a remarkable collaboration. We had a corporate side who was our corporate sponsor, Greif, and then of course we had our not-for-profit arm who was actually trying to do the good work in Kenya around water disease prevention.
The product that we were looking into is called Pack H2O. It's a water backpack to use to transport water in some of the most rural areas of the world.
And they tried to fill jerry cans. Jerry cans can't be cleaned and unhealthy to carry, so the Pack H2O covers and solves a lot of those problems.
I came to Fisher because of the GAP program. I was really excited to be able to work on a business opportunity.
GAP is an invitation-only elective course that provides students at Fisher the opportunity to experience global business challenges and global business opportunities in a global setting.
I like the attitude of, not only helping people, but also making it viable from a business standpoint.
I have a passion for social enterprise, and that's kind of the balance or the cross between a for-profit and a non-profit. So this was the perfect opportunity for me, Greif being for-profit and Partners for Care being a non-profit, and the partnership there being the Pack H2O, and how does that work, and how can I use my business skills to improve that relationship and improve the product for the people that use it.
And that combination of strong minds and good hearts and making that connection, for me, made this project incredibly rewarding.
This team was so wonderful and so amazing, and they never complained. Their heart was so out to the people, and they served with all their heart.
The experience overall really just opened me up to a completely different culture and to new people and just places that I'd never experienced before. So overall, it really just, introduced me to something brand new, and I'm grateful for the experience.
So Partners for Care and Pack H2O, we are really working very well together, and they can be able to support us by bringing such stuff that we can give our people, and they can be able to get rid of all these diseases.
precious Redeemer and friend. Who would have thought that a lamb could rescue the souls of men? Oh, you rescue the souls of men. Counselor, comforter, keeper.
Jina langu naitwa Michael Mungudi Maleka. Niko na miaka 40. Nilifurahi sana kwa kupata hii gari sababu kwa sahi sina kanisa, lakini naona hii gari itanisaidia kwenda kanisa. Nilipata nikiwa na miaka 20. Pia Mwenyezi Mungu aendelee na kuwapea hiyo morali wa kuleta hii vitu. Nilifurahi sana kabisa.
Darkness tries to hide. It trembles at his voice. Trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me. How great is our God? And all will see how great. How great.
Mama.
50-year-old Njeri Minor has walked this path for the last 10 years. Her daily routine involves fetching water for her household. But these days, her chore is easier because she has a water pack, a waterproof rucksack that holds up to 20 liters of water and is fitted with a tap. In the past, Minor would have to carry water in a jerrycan, an arduous task, especially uphill. For Minor, the water pack is hygienic and cost-effective.
In the past, I was using metallic containers. the containers would eventually rust inside. But now I'm using this water pack, and there's no rust whatsoever to contaminate the water, and that's really great.
This is Juakali, a slum in Maroroi on the outskirts of Nairobi. It is home to some 10,000 people. Poverty here creates unhygienic living conditions, made worse by the use of metallic jerrycans and conventional water tanks that spread waterborne illnesses. 2 years ago, the NGO Partners for Care started the Water Pack program to replace jerrycans with lightweight water backpacks made of plastic. Together with their partners, Greif and Park H2O, the group has distributed more than 10,000 water packs all over the country. David Chanzera of Partners for Care says the free distribution of the water packs will improve sanitary living conditions.
Poverty is alive in the slums, and being our main focus is health and water sanitation. We are here to bring awareness, and also the water pack brings and eliminates the opportunistic diseases, waterborne diseases in the community.
Partners for Care plans to start making the water packs in Kenya and sell them for $5 each. It says this will increase productivity and provide employment. For Jerry Minor and many other Kenyans, the water pack has been a boon for their households and a safeguard for their health. Lenny Ruvaga for VOA News, Nairobi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will tell you that as you watch our pre-show here, you take a look at that clock up there in the corner of your screen and you will know that we are less than 6 minutes away from the beginning of our program. So if you haven't already registered for the Virtual Elephant, you got to do so. To register, you go to thevirtualelephant.org. Once you go there, you'll get all the information about how to register, not only to be able to bid in our silent and live auction, donate in our Bid from the Heart, but also we're giving away prizes just for being registered. So if you're watching on any other platform beside the Qtego platform, which is how you're registering and bidding and giving tonight, please go to thevirtualelephant.org, get registered. Our program begins in just about 5 minutes.
Listen, this is my prayer. Remember me, remember me, remember me when you come. Remember me, remember me, remember me. When you come. And oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly, but when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up. I can stand on mountains. Stormy sea, and I am strong when I am on your shoulder. Oh, you raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Virtual Elephant supporting Partners for Care. You have been watching our pre-show and seeing many of the images and the stories that we will be continuing to tell you about over the next hour. I am coming to you from a studio here in the U.S., but I do know that while there are those of you who are joining us from all over the U.S., there are also people who are joining us in Kenya, where it is no longer Sunday in Kenya, it is Monday, and you have stayed up late to watch us, so thank you so much for joining us. I will also tell you that throughout the program, we're going to have this background. Let's do it this way. We're going to have this background so you're going to get a chance to feel and understand the beauty that is Kenya and the work that we are doing there to make sure that the people there continue to thrive. And you're going to hear stories about those who we support from Partners for Care. I will tell you that if you're not registered for our program already, please do so. We know there are some people watching on Facebook or some other platforms. If you haven't registered yet, please go to thevirtualelephant.org. If you go to that web address, you'll get all the information to register. That will allow you to bid on our auction items, to make donations to Partners for Care, and as much as anything, you'll also be registered to win prizes. All you have to do to win these prizes that we have to give away is be registered. So please, if you're not registered yet for our program, please go to thevirtualelephant.org. I will tell you that our silent auction, which we have going on, will be closing at around 5:25 Eastern Time. I will count you down all the way to the end of the silent auction, so you'll know exactly when that happens, but just know that that's coming up in just a little while here. We're going to have some great entertainment throughout our program, and make sure that you enjoy the sounds and the music of Kenya. We're going to be joined by one of our favorite bands from Kenya, Temples of Worship. That's coming up in just a little while. But to kick things off, I want to give something away. Those door prizes we just talked about, we've got our first one to give away, and you see the picture up there telling you what it is. Let me tell you what it is as well. It is a handmade bag. It is beautiful. It is stylish. It is Kenyan banana fiber tote with leather piping and handles. It was handmade by those African artisans who not only are supported by Partners for Care, but it all comes full circle. They donate some of these things to this organization to help us raise the funds to continue fighting the mission. So what we're going to do is we've got Qtego, that is our mobile bidding platform this evening. They are picking winners of these items for me. They're picking someone who is registered at random. So if we can go ahead and call out our first door prize winner's name.
Catherine Spencer.
Catherine Spencer. How about a round of applause for Catherine, right? So Catherine, you just won that item. We'll make sure we communicate with you how we're going to get it to you. I will also let you know that, listen, we are a socially distant studio audience of 3, right? We've got Valley Adams, who is supporting us tonight. We've got my 2 friends from the production crew, the AV company, who is supporting this event. So we're going to be loud and proud. But listen, if you're out there watching us this evening, get loud and proud with us. When you want to celebrate and cheer, please go ahead and do that for us. Now, I mentioned a moment ago how as you're bidding and as you're getting registered and as you're supporting the organization, we want to give you some entertainment. And that entertainment is going to come courtesy of Temples of Worship. Temples of Worship is a group, a band, that is made up of Partners for Care supporters and Partner for Care staff. And they put these songs together specifically for tonight's event. So as we kick off the program, it's only perfect that they would kick it off with Welcome to Kenya. This is Temples for Worship.
Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo, jambo bwana, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Jambo tena na bibi, habari gani we? Nzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Jamhuri Kenya, hakuna matata. Jambo, jambo bibi, habari gani? Mzuri sana, wageni wakaribishwa Jamhuri ya Kenya, hakuna matata. Yeah. Jambo, wageni wakaribishwa Kenya yetu, hakuna matata. Nchi tunaipenda, hakuna matata. Ina uzalendo, hakuna matata. Nchi yenye baraka, hakuna matata. Ina maendeleo, hakuna matata. Ina mbuga za wanyama, hakuna matata. Ina milima ya kupendeza, hakuna matata. Nchi tunaipenda, hakuna matata. Nyote mwakaribishwa, hakuna matata.
Welcome. I'm Connie Sharon, founder and president of Partners for Care.
I'm Samuel Wanjao, Executive Director, Partners for Care in Kenya. You're welcome.
We are so glad that you've joined us this evening for the Virtual Elephant as we work together to raise funds to continue the work that's been happening in Kenya for the last 12 years.
All right, Connie and Sammy, thank you so much. They will kind of be my co-hosts throughout the evening tonight. You will certainly hear from them throughout the program as we weave you through and tell you the stories of Partners for Care and all the great work that Partners for Care is doing. Now, you met Connie, the founder. You met Sammy, the executive director. There's also boots on the ground here in the United States that is really helping to drive the mission, right? The mission that 100% of the funding of the money that is raised goes to Kenya. All of the board of directors, all of the administrative staff here in the U.S. is all underwritten and is all taken care of. So all of the money raised goes directly to the mission in Kenya. The board of directors, who along with Connie and Sammy help run this organization, they are an integral part of the success of Partners for Care, and we're going to take a moment to hear from them now. Many of us have joined us for this program. Let's go ahead and turn it over to them. Sharon, introduce us to the board.
Thanks, Jason. Hi, everyone. I'm Sharon Dix with Partners for Care. Thanks so much for joining us for our virtual Elephant Gala event. We are thrilled to have you join us. You know, we could not do this important work if it weren't for the amazing support of our board of directors. They work every day to raise funds to make sure that the work on the ground continues. We thought it might be kind of fun for you to meet a few of them. So let's start with our board member in Michigan, Linda Grosskopf.
Hi everyone, I'm Linda Grosskopf. I am a registered nurse and a certified life and wellness coach here in the beautiful Mitten. And I love so much that Partners for Care is Kenyan-led and creating sustainable change that really leaves people better off, not just for a day or a moment, but for a lifetime. And I want to personally thank each and every one of you that supports this incredible mission alongside us.
Thank you. Sandy?
Yes, my name's Sandy Hugg, and I'm a retired healthcare executive. What I love about Partners for Care is that their mission is not doing for others what others can do for themselves, and the philosophy that we do no harm. And I want to thank everyone for joining the virtual auction, and especially to say thank you to our sponsors. We couldn't do this without your support.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandy. Paul?
I'm Paul Brown. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Zico Energy Corporation. I met Connie at church, and once I understood her mission and discerned her spirit for helping those that are in most need, I was compelled to commit time, treasury, and my energy to support what's going on at Partners for Care.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Dr. Marcus.
Hello, my name is Dr. Marcus Brown. I'm a cardiologist here in Atlanta. And what I love most about Partners for Care is that the efforts are on a consistent base, taking place on a daily basis by a team that actually is on the ground and making a difference. I also appreciate that 100% of the donated funds go to the program and to the staff that are on the ground in Kenya. So I would like to thank all of the sponsors and donors.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And how about you, Mindy?
Hi, yeah, I'm Mindy Miller. I'm a finance executive here in Atlanta, Georgia,
And I actually have been a fan and a supporter of Partners for Care from the very inception of the organization. So I actually, I really love their holistic view of how they address current needs that are sort of immediate needs, such as clean water today and medical assistance, but they also address the long term. So they provide education for people, computer education, second chance education, and even the mobility carts that allow people to earn a living for themselves. So I love that they do all of that. And I love that they support their supporters by providing information about everything that's going on the ground with videos and photographs and stories that are so personal. So I love all of that. It's been a blessing to be a part of it.
So true. Thank you so much. We love our board of directors, and we are so grateful for all that you do to help keep this work going and to support the organization on a daily basis. As I said, it would absolutely not be possible without you. So Jason, we're going to head back to you. Thanks again, board of directors.
All right, so to our board, thank you so much. And Linda and Mindy and Dr. Marcus Brown and Paul Brown and Sandy Hugg, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, there are other members of our boards of directors who weren't involved in that, but are certainly very involved in our organization. Bridget Boylan and Kara Cannon, David Gruber and David Fisher. Thank you so much for our entire board for helping this organization continue to make a difference in the lives of so many in Kenya. Now, I will tell you that this particular event couldn't be done without our sponsors. And those sponsors, you see them up there on your screen, Northside Hospital and Sperry Commercial. Thank you so much for getting on board with the Virtual Elephant. To Bridget Boylan Interiors and Ullman Bursa Law, thank you. Wilco Signs and Printing, Atlanta Motorsports Park and Dollywood. You'll hear about them a little bit more in the live auction. And Pro Energy, thank you for supporting this event, the Virtual Elephant, benefiting Partners for Care. We also want to throw a special thank you out there to Donna Libertor and Ginger Powell. They helped put together the entire silent auction. So thank you for all of your efforts to make this event not only successful, but also raise tremendous funds for Partners for Care. Now, we talk about giving things away. We're going to continue doing that because we want to make sure you're registered. So another door prize. What is this door prize, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's a nativity scene. The nativity scene is handmade and is created out of dried banana leaves and other natural materials crafted by artisans in Nairobi, Kenya. Some nativity scenes are displayed inside a hand-carved gourd or dried banana leaf box. Understand that if you don't win this item and you like it, you can go into our silent auction and bid there because there's one available in our silent auction as well. But all you have to do to be eligible for this item is be registered. So we're going to pick one person registered at random, and that person is? Keith Myers. How about a round of applause for Keith, right? Keith is with Morse Life, and again, a huge supporter of this organization. So Keith, thank you so much. Just for registering, we encourage you to bid high and bid often on the auction items as well as we support Partners for Care. So I want to remind everyone that as you bid and as you donate through your Qtego platform, you can do that on your phone, on your tablet, on your laptop, on your smart TV, wherever you want to watch, wherever you want to bid, you can do that. There's also a chat feature. So if you see right here on the video screen, just to the right side, you'll see where it says chat. If you tap on that chat box, you'll be able to interact with us here in the studio, with those who run the organization, as we roll on with the Virtual Elephant. Now, we talked about some of the things the organization does. We introduced you to the board. You heard about the sponsors, but now it's time to really dig deep into the mission so you can hear about and see the work that Partners for Care is doing for the people in Kenya. But we want to turn it over to those who know about it well, because not only is it the founder who's been doing this for more than a decade, but it's also the man who is in charge of making sure that all of it gets done with boots on the ground in Kenya. I'm going to turn it back over to Connie and Sammy. Take it away, guys.
I want to take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about the story of Partners for Care. So, Sammy, I met you, 12 years ago?
Yeah, 12 years ago.
Yeah, and we never thought we would be here today, did we?
It's amazing. No, we didn't know that.
No. One thing that we did share was the passion that we had to change lives in Kenya.
You're right. Yeah.
And we came together 12 years ago to see what we could do in helping to change lives. Our passion are the children that are dying from malaria, from HIV/AIDS. And Sammy, over the years, what are the kinds of things that you've been able to do on the ground with your staff?
A lot of lives have been changed, and then especially putting the knowledge in people's life and then telling them about how they can take care of themselves, and especially for them prevented from the disease that we can prevent, like malaria, waterborne diseases and all that. So we have been going out to the slums to tell people about it and to educate them on how they can take care of themselves, for them to live healthy life without having all this problem. So we have done a lot of things to change people's life.
And one of the things that we really like about Partners for Care is that God has blessed us well here in the U.S. and that all of the funds that we raise goes to Kenya to be able to support Sammy and his staff of about 35. We work pro bono here. Our board of directors works pro bono. So no donor money that is raised tonight will go to support me or anybody else here in the U.S. All of the money that we raise goes to Kenya. And the other thing that's really, really powerful about Partners for Care are our partners. We look at ourselves as very small here in the U.S. We have huge partners here, and then Sammy has a huge operation on the ground. And I know that Partners for Care, we focus on trying to save the lives of children, that so many children under the age of 5 die. They die from malaria. They die from simply not having a bed net. And you've been able to distribute over 15,000 bed nets in the last year and a half, and your plans are to distribute another 10,000 next year. So that just a simple bed net then can prevent a child from getting malaria. Waterborne illnesses, the number one cost of healthcare in Kenya and around the world is just the lack of safe drinking water.
Yeah.
So we were able to partner with David Fisher that was able to create the water backpack, which is just a simple device that can carry and dispense safe water. And you've distributed over 50,000 of those in Kenya.
Yeah.
And you're distributing those in the schools, is that right?
Right, we done the schools, and then during this pandemic of coronavirus, also we are able to set the hand wash using the water packs, whereby so many people have been using that to wash their hands for them to be safe in this pandemic of coronavirus.
And so the water packs have really had a huge impact. We put one water pack in every classroom. So one water pack impacts on 30 children.
Yeah.
And the water packs some of them now have been down in Kenya for over 7 years, and they're still functioning, they're still being used. I think another one of our programs is partnering with Dwight, who has been able to give us computers. And we have literally taken over 300 computers to Kenya. And what Sammy does is he said everything is a tool. And so with those computers, you've been able to open up almost 30 schools in Kenya teaching computers.
Right.
Tell the audience, Sammy, why computers are so important in Kenya.
First of all, right now, as you're going to an era, is people are living in a computer era right now. Second is that people are getting job opportunities. Like you have received a lot of testimony that in some incident, we went to a hotel and a lady tell us that I went to the school where you guys have opened that school and are able to learn computer packages and all that. Now I got a job, I'm working. So computer school is really, really changing people's life.
And when you were growing up, Sammy, did you have computers in your school?
No, I didn't have computer in my school. I just started learning computer just the other day for information.
And computers are not even really in the high schools.
Of course, no, we don't have computers in high school. Right.
Yeah, so the computer program has really helped to be able to teach a lot of people the skills.
Right.
The other is the sewing machines. You know, we never realized the power of what just one sewing machine, the difference it could make. So you have about 15 sewing schools now in Kenya, and you teach women how to sew.
Exactly. There are women who comes to learn how to sew, and some of them are asking us to give them at least one machine to go and start their own business. But we have limited of them, so we cannot do that. What we do is that we teach them, so they go out with knowledge to know how to do this work, and they can be able to get their own machine and start small business to take care of their families.
So as we head into the auction, the live auction part of this evening, we just encourage you to bid and to bid often, and remembering that all of the donations and all of the funds and all the bidding that happens will go to Kenya to help Sammy continue the work that he's doing on the ground.
All right, Connie, and to Sammy, thank you so much. Listen, truer words have never been spoken, but you forgot something very important, Connie. It's not only bid and bid often, it's bid high. We need them to do both because you know what? Guess what's about to happen? The silent auction is about to close, right? Let me explain to you exactly how this fundraising part of the program works. The silent auction is about to close. I'm about to tell you that there's 6 minutes left in the silent auction. When I give that 6-minute warning, we're going to start a counter here in the studio, and when that 6 minutes is up, the silent auction will close. Please understand that the way that the timing works is the words that are coming out of my mouth are reaching people at home at all different times within a few seconds of each other. So it's not an exact 3 minutes. So I encourage you that when you put in those bids, there's a place on every item that says max bid. Put in that max bid, allow the Qtego platform to bid it up for you, and make sure that you win your item. So let's go ahead and set that 6-minute counter on the silent auction. Again, that means that you have about 6 minutes left to bid in the silent auction. So bid on those items, please. Bid now, bid high, bid often. I will tell you that during this time that you're bidding, we're going to give you a little bit more entertainment. And that entertainment is going to come, of course, from Temples of Worship. And what are they going to perform? They're going to perform a song to continue to reinforce the mission of this organization, because you heard Connie a moment ago talking about how important water is and how it's as simple as just making sure that we can get clean water from the well to the recipients, to the people who need it most. Well, Temples of Worship will give you this song called Water from the Well.
Water from your well. Give me water from your well that never runs dry. Give me water from your well that gives me hope when I die. Give me water from your well that never runs dry, and I will thirst no more, and I will thirst no more. Give me water from your well that never runs dry. Give me water from your well that gives me hope when I die. Give me water from your well that never runs dry, and I will thirst no more, and I will thirst no more. Living water leads me to my goal, now refreshing and cleansing to my soul. Truly, truly I'm alive, and I know I can survive. Without it, the pure waters flow. Oh, without it, the pure waters flow. Give me water. Give me water from your well. From your well. Never runs dry. Yeah. Give me water from your well that gives me hope when I die. That gives me hope. Give me water from your well. Give me water that never runs dry. And I will thirst no more. And I will thirst no more. And I will thirst no more. And thirsty, give me water. Give me water from your well that never runs dry. From your well. Give me water from your well that gives me hope when I die. The water of life. Water from your well. Some water that never runs dry. And I will thirst no more. And I will thirst no more.
Man, Temples of Worship is bringing it through the program here tonight. I love it. We have more from them to come later on in the program. But for now, there's just moments left in our silent auction. I know many of you have been feverishly bidding because, quite frankly, I can watch you doing it. I've got a big screen up here in front of me that tells me as the bids are coming in, and we're watching the bidding action during the silent auction. So please keep bidding on those items. Now, we have a very special sound here in the studio. And Valerie, let's let them hear the sound as a test. All right, so that's not the official time it's ringing, but when we hear that bell, that means that the silent auction is closed. So we're waiting to hear from Valley when it is closed. Qtego, the mobile bidding platform, they will close it all electronically. Please understand that minutes ago, I gave a 6-minute warning, and that's when the counter started. So now we're just waiting to see in Cyberland when that 6 minutes hits. There are some great silent auction items. I know many of you are bidding on them. I can look at them on my phone just like many of you are at home watching this on your smart TV or watching it on your laptop, and you're punching in those numbers and looking up those bids as well. So I know that the Moruru wines, it's a mouthful right there, they are currently one of the hottest selling items in our silent auction. It's 6 bottles of limited edition wines. It's 2 wine glasses that come with it. It's the electric bottle opener, and it's the elephant wine stopper. So that is one of our top silent auction items, and we know that's getting lots of bids on it right now as well. I'm going to pull up another one here to make sure that I can update you on these as we go through, because I know there are people who are bidding on item number 107 I was looking at earlier too, and 107 is a good one as well. It's called All Kitchen, and you know what's in the All Kitchen basket? A bunch of stuff for your kitchen. It's that simple. We try to dummy-proof it for you all, I promise you that. The All Kitchen basket has the Up South cookbook, the copper pie server, the copper whisk, little mixing bowls, silicone pot holders, condiments on-the-go containers, assortment of cooking utensils, hand towels, and folks, like almost everything in our auction, it has authentic African art. So there's a Kenyan basket in here and an apron made by the Partners for Care Sewing School, right? So you're gonna hear, oh, so there's our bell, right? So that means that the silent auction is now closed. Valley is so good at ringing that bell, folks. I love it. Thank you, Valley, right? The silent auction is now closed, which means that you will receive a message from Qtego letting you know that you won an item if you have so wanted. And we will talk at the end of the program to make sure that everyone knows exactly how to get their items. Now, we now move into the live auction portion of our program. The live auction is very, very similar to the silent auction in that all bidding, once again, is done from the Qtego platform. Exactly how you've been bidding on all the items throughout the night tonight, you're going to continue bidding that way for the live auction. The difference is, unlike the silent auction, which all closed at one time, the live auction will each close individually. I will talk about each item. I will describe each item. I will see who my top bidder is on each item. I will see who the underbidders are on those items. And then I will put a counter on your bidding device. So once again, whether it's your phone, your laptop, your smart TV, you will see a counter on your phone. And that counter will tick all the way down from 30 seconds down to 0. When it gets down to 0, the live auction item is closed. I will announce who our winning bidder is on that. So everyone understand? Valley, Chris, and RJ, you understand? Yeah. They got it, right? All right, let's go into our first live auction lot. This first live auction lot is the ultimate all-in Atlanta giveaway. Now, the centerpiece of this package, you see it there on the screen, you see the video there? They call it the Ultimate Motorsports Playground. It is a karting experience at Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's a half-day experience. This isn't 15 minutes to get in a car, we're gonna let you race. This is full training, this is full meetings, this is full time on the track. And what is the track, you ask? It is the most unique karting circuit in the U.S. It's got elevation changes found nowhere else in the world for that matter. And also on this property is a 2-mile road course. I mentioned it's called the Ultimate Motorsports Playground. Well, you are going to go there and you are going to have the time of your life, especially if you have the need for speed. It's located in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's 45 minutes from Buckhead. I will also tell you that this package includes tickets to the Georgia Aquarium, the largest aquarium in the Western Hemisphere. It's got 100,000 sea creatures, a 24-million-liter tank. That is a big tank. So it's the all-in experience with the Atlanta Motorsports Park. It's the Georgia Aquarium, and it's 3 days, 2 nights at a Hilton property in the Atlanta area. So we want you to go and have a weekend getaway if you so choose. So here's how it works. I've been watching the screen over here, and I know that we have an opening bid from David Moore on this package. That is a $500 bid from David. We're taking $100 increments on this package, so we need to see who's going to get in at $600 to get this one sold. Understand that as I watch this screen, as it goes back and forth, I will wait and see, and I will call out who our bidders are going back and forth against each other. So right now, David Moore is my $500 bidder. Is there someone who wants to get in at $600? $600 for this karting experience for 2, a half-day experience. It is also the Georgia Aquarium passes. It is 3 days, 2 nights at an Atlanta area Hilton hotel. Who's going to get get in at $600 on this package. Anybody want to go one time? We got David Moore at $500. I need somebody to go $600. Is there a $600 bidder out there anywhere anybody want to go? I'm going to watch the screen here. I'm going to look at you all, and I'm going to see who wants to go $600. I'm going to keep looking on down here and tell you that at the Georgia Aquarium, it's the only place outside of Asia that has whale sharks. If you want an interesting read, I would encourage you to read about how they got the whale sharks from Taiwan to Georgia. It's an experience like never before has that ever been done before. So you want to see whale sharks, you can go check that out. I now got a $600 bid from Jada Wright. We're in at $600. Who wants to go $7? Can I get David Moore? David Moore is back at $800. David Moore said enough with your $100 bid increments. I want you to go $800. We need somebody to go $9. Is there a $900 bidder anywhere out there? Who's going to go $900? Anybody want to go? We got that bid now at $1,000. I need somebody to go $1,100. Is there a $1,100 bidder out there? I need somebody to go one more time. David Moore got in at $500. He's been going back and forth with our next bidder. Who's going to go $1,100? Is there a $1,100 bidder out there? I now got David Moore at $1,200. We're going $1,200, and that should get a woo woo from the studio, right? All right. So David Moore is in at $1,200. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to put this counter on the clock right now, which means in a moment you're going to see a 30-second counter on the clock. Between all of my bidders to this point, or anyone else who wants to get in, just hit that bid button, hit that submit my bid button, and we will see your donation come up here in the studio. As I mentioned, in a moment you're going to see that 30-second counter counting down on your phone. As soon as it shows up, you'll know exactly how long is in this package. It is the Need for Speed package. It is the experience for two, the half-day experience in Georgia. It is the 2 passes for the Georgia Aquarium, the largest aquarium in the Western Hemisphere, and it is the 3 days, 2 nights at an Atlanta area Hilton. Who's going to go? Anybody want to get in? I need to see if there's more bids coming in. As soon as I see that screen say closed, I will be able to announce who our winning bidder is. So if you want to go, we got people all over the country who are bidding in this auction. If you want to get away and go to Atlanta and have this experience, you can do it as well. So what I will do is I'm showing here on our screen, it says closed, which means that we have a top bid, and that top bid is $1,200. The winning bidder is David Moore, and I get to say, sold, thank you, from Partners for Care. Awesome, David. Thank you so much. Let's move on to our next live auction lot. This live auction lot is another getaway. It's in the southeast. This one is a St. John's Beach, right? St. John's Island. This is a package for 4 people for 7 days and 6 nights. Now, you may not be aware of where John's Island is, but what I will tell you is that it is in the middle of everything. You are about 2.5 hours from Jacksonville. You're about 2 hours from Miami. You're about 2.5 hours from Tampa. So anywhere in Florida that you want to get to John's Island, you can do it. But this is not just any getaway. You're going to be staying in a $1.2 million 2-bedroom, 1,800 square foot condo right on the Atlantic Ocean. It's got the pool in the property right there that you see. It's 2 bedrooms, it's 2 bath. As I mentioned, it's 1,800 square feet. It's got private beach access, and this also includes a round of golf for 4 at any of the 3 John's Island's golf courses, right? So you're going to be taken care of while you're there. The property, I understand, includes tennis and golf and squash and pickleball and croquet and health and wellness centers. They even have a marketplace for you to shop at. So everything is there. You show up and you'll be taken care of. This property was voted one of the top 25 golf communities in the U.S. by Travel and Leisure Golf. So you want the getaway? It's 7 days, 6 nights in John's Island. We open up the bid on this at $1,000, and folks, this is a steal at $1,000. I'm not even sure why we opened it that low. And Brian Bursa knew that, so Brian got in at $1,000. Lindsay Moore came in at $1,500. I then had Elaine C. Ashby in at $2,000. I now need to get a $2,500 bid on this. Understand that because it's for 4 people, I encourage you to consider having 2 couples going on it together. I now need a $2,500 bid to get this one sold. Who's going to get in at $2,500? The round of golf for 4, the 7 days, 6 nights on John's Island, the 2 bedrooms, the 2 baths. Look at the view of the water there, right, folks? That's the buildings you'll be staying in. You have the direct water views. I got a new bid at $3,000 from Lindsay Moore, right? So Lindsay's going now. Who's going to go $3,500? Is there a $3,500 bid right there? You see the property, the unit has a grand piano in it, right? We saw that picture. I'm now looking up here and I see the pool on site at the property. So again, you want to kick your feet up, you'll have plenty of time to go and enjoy this package. It is listed for you on your phone here as well. And again, this doesn't expire for 2 years. I want to stress that as well. You will have plenty of time to take this trip. plenty of time to get away to Johns Island. Is there a $3,500 bidder anywhere before we close this one out? I'm going to put that counter on the clock. We got to get somebody to go $3,500 before we start wrapping it up. Who's going to go at $3,500? Is there a $3,500 bidder? Is it Elaine Ashby? Does Elaine come back one more time and put in a bid on this one? Who's going to go one time? Elaine, can I get you in? Let's put that 30-second counter on the clock. Elaine is in at $2,000. Brian was in earlier in the auction as well. Are they going to come back and are they going to bid one more time? We need that $3,500 bid on this auction lot. At $3,500, it is still a steal because, folks, it is direct ocean views. It is for 4 people. 2 couples go together or bring your kids. You see the pictures on the screen right there. You see the property. You see there's no Photoshop on that water right there. That is the authentic Atlantic Ocean, and you have direct views right there. Who's going to go? Who's going to get in? Who wants to travel? Who wants to get away and have that Florida sunshine any time of the year that you want to go? You can do so. It doesn't expire for 2 years. I need somebody to put their finger on that button and hit the Submit My Bid button. When you do that, we will know that you are in because we can see it here in the studio. We're about to celebrate and see who wins this item. Who is going to Johns Island, the 2 couples, the getaway, the $1.2 million condo. Who's going to get in one time? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to look over here at my screen. Now that this item is closed, we have a $3,000 winning bid. The winner is Lindsay Moore, and I get to say, sold, thank you, from Partners for Care. All right, let's move on to our next live auction lot. This package, oftentimes when I do packages like this in a live auction format, it is get your choice, basketball or football. Not this one, no way. This is basketball and football. We know there are many of you watching from Missouri, a huge contingency of supporters in Missouri because some of our biggest sponsors are located in Missouri. Well, for those of you who are Mizzou Tiger fans, you get a chance to watch the Tigers play basketball and play football, but you're going to do it in style. And this is for the game of your choice. Let's first start with Mizzou basketball. You get a choice of which game you want to go to. This is all for next basketball season. You get your choice of what game you want to go to. Check out all the conference games. You know Arkansas comes to town. You know Florida comes to town. Kentucky, LSU, Tennessee, Auburn. Not to mention the out-of-conference schedule. It is a full suite. It is 20 tickets to a Missouri game, inclusive of parking, food, and drinks while you are there. A private suite at Mizzou for basketball. And, but wait, there's more. It is football as well. You get 8 sweet tickets to go to the football game of your choice next season. For anyone who's worried about being in crowds, you don't have to worry about it. We're taking care of you next season. This is food, this is drinks, and again, parking is included for 8 people. Again, you want to come watch the Gators play? The Gators are at Missouri next year. That'll be a huge game. You want to watch South Carolina, you want to watch Tennessee, you want to watch Texas A&M. Once again, you pick your choice. We just need who wants in for this package. The total retail value of this package is $21,000. The food, the drinks, all the sweet tickets for the basketball and the football. Right now, the bid was in at $1,000, right? We had a $1,000 opening bid. I now need somebody to go $1,500. I got my $1,500 bid now. I now need somebody to go $2,000. Is there a $2,000 bidder out there? Anybody want to go? Who's going to go $2,000? I'm watching my screens right here to see if we can get that $2,000 bid. I mentioned we do have a $2,000 bid right now. It just came in. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me. We'll celebrate that. I'd like to see that. So we got to go $2,500. Again, this is for 28 total tickets. 20 for basketball, 8 for football. So right now at $2,500, we're still less than $100 a ticket for Mizzou sports. It's basketball, it's football. You get the full day experience, the food, the drink. I got a $2,500 bid now. Now I need somebody to go 3. Is there a $3,000 bidder out there? Here's what we're going to do, because I feel like there are some people lying in wait, right? Laying in wait. They're waiting with that finger on their button, and as soon as I get ready to close it, they're going to tap in that button. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to put that 30-second counter on the clock right now. When that 30-second counter shows up, you're going to see it on your bidding device. I will see and hear who's bidding. For the next 30 seconds or so, no more talk from me about who is bidding. No more talk from me about what time and how much time you have left, because everything is done on your phones. Everything is done on your bidding platform. Everything is done on your screens. So we're waiting to see who's going to get the winning bid on this package. When I get the closed bid here in the studio, we will acknowledge and alert our winner who's going to get it. But again, 28 total tickets. 20 for basketball. You are in a private suite all by yourself with you and your guests. That's 20 people watching a game with food and drinks all next basketball season. I'll phrase it again. You want to watch those conference games against Arkansas and Florida and Kentucky, LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, whoever it may want to be. You're going to get a chance to pick your game. For football, same sort of thing. You're going to get 8 private suite tickets with food, with drinks, and parking. You want to watch the Gators, you want to watch South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M, whoever it may be. We're waiting to see who gets it. We do have, this auction item is now closed. We do have a $2,500, oh no, I'm taking that back. We have a $3,000 winning bid from Maria Spano. Oh, hold on. You know what? I think this is right. Let me make sure this is right. Before I announce that, Valley, can you confirm that that's a $3,500 winning bid? Is that correct? Yes. At the very last second, we had a rush of bids there from people at the very last second who are waiting to bid, because I will tell you that Scott Griffin came in at $3,000 at the same time as Thomas Smith, and then Scott Griffin wins this package right under the gun. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry, we're on the wrong one. Can we go back to the other? I need to get Missouri tickets up there before we move on. Maria Spano gets it? All right, I'm sorry. So I was on to the next item. We're on a different screen here. Maria Spano wins the Missouri tickets at $3,000. We can celebrate that as well. Sold! Thank you from Partners for Care. Now, we'll move on to the next one. I got ahead of myself with Thomas and Scott going back and forth because they were bidding on this next auction package, and I can understand why. As you look down at your bidding device now, you will see that this is our mountain cabin getaway. This is 7 days, 6 nights. You're going to go for a full week in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for up to 14 people. You know a property is amazing when it has a name like Amazing Grace, right? Any property that has a name in itself. Let's stay on that picture right there for a second. Can we do that? Because you see that beautiful hot tub. You see those $1 million views that you look out over the beautiful Smoky Mountains. That's just part of what this property offers you. It has billiards and air hockey as we look at some more of the pictures. It has 3 decks overlooking the Smoky Mountains from the front of the house, which are just absolutely amazing. And nearby is the Honeysuckle Meadows pool and the deli and the fishing pond, so you will have all your outdoors experience taken care of. And this package also includes 8 tickets to go to Dollywood. Now, Dollywood is not just about the shows. So many people feel that. But Dollywood is about the rides and the arcades and the games. It is fun for kids of all ages and adults of all ages as well. So we're going to send you for 6 nights just outside Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's for up to 14 people. You see the layout of the beds there, right? The king beds. It's all in. We're getting people on sofa beds and queen-size futons. However we can get you in the house, we're going to give you this experience. The crisp mountain air whenever you go to Pigeon Forge for 14 people. The pool, the air hockey, the deli, the pond while you were there. So we open up this bid at $1,000. Chris Willis got in at $1,000. Kim Swindell got in at $1,500. Ken and Barb Munkle got in at $2,000. Thomas Smith got in at $2,500. And then we got some action going, right? Scott Griffin came back at $3,000. $3,500 was Scott Griffin as well. He's now bidding. And now we got a new bidder on this one. Melinda Miller is in at $4,000. So that's my top bidder, right? So Melinda Miller is currently my top bidder at $4,000. We're doing them in $500 increments. Folks, 14 people can go stay in this house, so please get multiple levels together. So Scott Griffin was in at $3,500. Melinda Miller was in at $4,000. Who's going to go one more time at $4,500? Can I get a $4,500 bidder out there one time? Is it going to be Scott Griffin? Is it going to be Thomas Smith? Is it going to be Melinda Miller who gets to hold on at $4,000? Who's going to go one more time at $4,500? Scott Griffin, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you because you've been bidding back and forth, and I'm going to come a little bit closer to this camera and look a little closer at you because we need you to go $4,500 for Partners Who Care. Understand that it's not just about this amazing experience, this amazing getaway and trip. Understand the Dollywood tickets themselves are valued at almost $800. So you take those into account, the accommodations were still at less than $4,000 for 6 full nights for 14 people going to Pigeon Forge and staying in this home. Look at that picture right there. Look at the trees around there. Look at the change of colors. That's amazing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put, oh, I do have it. I got a $4,500 bid from Chris Willis. We're in at $4,500. So now we got to see if it's Scott or Melinda who's going to come back at $5,000. Who's going to come back at $5,000? Here's how it's going to work. Just like everything else, we're going to put that 30-second counter on your clock, on your phone. Let's go ahead and put that 30-second counter on right now. And over these next few seconds, it's going to be Scott and Melinda and Chris and whoever else wants to get in who wants to give me a $5,000 contribution. I will tell you that before the auction started this evening, before the virtual elephant program started, all week that this item has been at least available online to view, people have been talking about this one. People have been talking about it. And they've been reading the description, and they see the description says Amazing Grace. They said, that's where I want to go. That's where I want to travel to. I want to have those views. I want to sit on that front porch. I got a $5,000 bid from Melinda Miller. We keep moving, right? God, Amazing Grace. Up to 14 people in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. We're going to see in a moment when this item is closed, we will be able to announce our winner. So I tell you, the 14 people who are going to get those 3 decks, to get those rocking chairs, to get the billiards, to get the pool, to get the air hockey. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to look over here on this screen, and I'm going to tell you that we talked about Scott Griffin at $3,500. We talked about Melinda Miller at $4,000. Chris Willis came back at $4,500, but right before it closed, right under the gun, as it always happens, we have a winning bid of $5,000 from Melinda Miller. We are sold, thank you, from Partners for Care. Now, this next package is one that I want to take a little bit of time really to explain. Because understand that we've done African safaris before when we've done auctions at charity fundraisers, but this one's different. Because yes, this is an amazing safari, which we're going to tell you about in a moment, where you get a chance to see the Big Five. That's what everyone talks about. But this is as much a mission trip. This is as much a chance to go to Kenya, to learn about Partners for Care, to be part of the mission, and also get a chance to go on that safari. You look up here as we have on the slide, and what does it say? It says fully customizable, 7 to 10 day Kenyan experience, because what you're going to do is you're going to customize your experience. But what I can tell you is your package is going to start when you land at the Nairobi airport. You're going to be picked up by the Partners for Care team, and you're going to be transported to the Partners for Care house. And that's what you see on the screen right now. You're going to stay in that house for about 2 nights. And I say about 2 nights because it's fully customizable. You're going to decide how long you want to be there. You're going to be taken care of by that Partners for Care staff, and they're going to make sure that your stay there is comfortable, you're safe, you're going to make sure that you understand the culture and everything that Kenya has to offer you and Nairobi has to offer you. But from there, after learning about Partners for Care, you're going to go on your African safari. And where are you going to go on safari? You're going to go to one of Africa's greatest wildlife reserves, Masai Mara National Reserve. This, along with the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, forms Africa's most diverse and incredible and most spectacular ecosystems, and possibly the world's top safari big game ecosystem. And in this big game ecosystem, yes, you're going to have a chance to see the Big Five. Let's go and take that full screen because I want people to get a chance to really see that up close and understand. Because when people go on safari, that's what they want to see, right? They talk about wanting to see the lion, the leopard, the rhino, the elephant, and the American buffalo. They are all in Masai Mara. So when you win this package, you're going to go there for about 2 nights. Again, it's fully customizable. If you want to stay a little longer, they'll work it out. If you want to take a smaller, shorter safari, you can do that as well. So you're at Partners for Care for a few days. You're then, again, the transportation from Partners for Care is provided down to Masai Mara. You have your photo safari. All your food and drinks and accommodations and transportation are included there as well. And then after your safari, you're transported back, all included, to the Partners for Care house. And while you are there, you will continue to experience the sights, the sounds, the taste, the people of Africa. As I mentioned, folks, we're going to make sure that this is a fully immersive African experience, a Kenyan experience. This package is for one person to go. After you win this package, though, you can add on to bring other people with you to be part of your African safari. So here's how it's going to work. The last thing that I will share with you is that it doesn't expire for 3 years. Understand that, which means that you have plenty of time to take this trip. And I see the notes that are being put up over here. I'll make sure you all know that. But I will tell you that you have 3 years to take this trip. So we open up the bidding on this at a ridiculously low $1,000. Dale Dykema got in at $1,000. Kim Swindoll got in at $1,500. Dale came back at $2,000. Keith is in at $2,500. So we got some great bidding action going on now. I now need to get a $3,000 bid. Is there a $3,000 bidder out there who wants to go one time? Who's going to go $3,000? I'm going to continue watching the screens here and see if I can get that $3,000 bid. I'm also going to continue watching my phone and understand that I'm watching the bidding just like you all are. I can see where it says submit my bid, and as soon as you put your dollar amount in, you hit that red button, submit my bid, you are going to Kenya. Everything is taken care of for you as soon as you hit the ground in Nairobi. All of your transportation, all of your transfers from the airport, all of your transportation to the photo safari, all of your food, all of your drinks, everything is all in. I got a new $3,000 bid from Dale Dykema. That's right. Let's applaud Dale. I now need somebody to go $3,500. Is there a $3,500 bidder out there who's going to go one time at $3,500? So we're going to look here. I opened it up with Dale. Kim came back, and Kim was an early bidder at 1,500. But then Dale and Keith back and forth, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're now at 3,000. Who's going to go 3,500? Is there a $3,500 bidder out there? Again, 7 to 10 days. You pick how often you want to be at the Partners for Care house and be entertained and engaged by Sammy and his team at Partners for Care. Connie is oftentimes on these trips being your personal guide and your personal host. Is there a $3,500 bidder out there? We need somebody to go $3,500 for 10 full days in Kenya. Keith, are you going to go one time? Keith was one of our door prize winners earlier. He's got to be in a good mood, right? Is he going to go $3,500 before we close it out? Let's go ahead and put a 30-second counter on this right now, one time, right quick. That 30-second counter is on the clock, and I'm going to watch my screens here and see if we get that $3,500 bid. It doesn't expire for 3 years, so you've got plenty of time to go. Again, as the bids come in here, we're going to keep watching them, and I'm going to be able to acknowledge who our winner is. This package doesn't expire for 3 years, so you got plenty of time to go. 7 to 10 days, all meals, all ground transportation, all accommodations. You get to participate in the Partners for Care mission while you are there. You, of course, get that photo safari with the Big Five. You're going to get a chance to see all of the Big Five. And we continue to show the beautiful views of Kenya while you are there. So here's what we will do. We're going to go ahead and we're going to keep watching these beautiful pictures scroll. And as these pictures scroll, we know that the auction is moments away from getting closed out. We're going to see who wants in before it's all closed. I mentioned this is a package for one person, but you can add people on before it's over. So here's what we're going to do. We have a current, the auction is currently closed, but I think I'm going to make a little magic happen before we do this. So Valley, if you can follow along, and have Autumn from Qtego follow along with me. We had Dale and Keith going back and forth on this one, right? Keith was in at $2,500. Dale bid $3,000. Keith came back at $3,500. Dale bid $4,000, and Keith bid $4,500. So I want to say sold and say we're done, but here's what we're going to do instead. I think that I can get Connie to agree to do 2 of these packages where both Keith and Dale can both go. So Keith, if you're okay with it, and I'm guessing you will be because I'm about to save you $500. So we're going to move Keith down to $4,000. Because at $4,000, that's the same price that Dale was at. So we're going to sell one package to Dale Dykema for $4,000. We're going to sell a separate package to Keith Myers for $4,000. And when I say sold, the total sell price for this safari, for this Kenyan experience, is going to be $8,000. And we are sold, thank you, from Partners for Care. That is awesome when it works out that way, right? Now, I just hope Connie was able to fulfill those, and I'm sure she will, and make sure she takes care of that mission and that message. All right. Folks, it's time to move on to the next part of the program. This part is called the Bid from the Heart. And in the Bid from the Heart, you're not going to get a trip to Africa. You're not going to get a Pigeon Forge, Tennessee mountain getaway. You're going to get the feeling of knowing you gave from the bottom of your heart directly to our mission. But it's not for me to tell you about our mission. It's for the woman who, again, founded the organization. She knows it. She loves it. She's been touched by it. We're going to turn it over to here to help set up and introduce us to our Bid from the Heart subjects tonight, some of those in Kenya who have been supported by Partners for Care. Let's turn it over to Connie.
As we move to our part of the program called Gifts from the Heart, I want to tell you about a very special program in Kenya, one that really touches my heart and has since we've been involved with this program. And the best way really to tell you about that is to show you. And I want you, as you watch this short video, just wait for the beep. I'm grateful for all the donors who have helped Partners for Care help little children like Linny. In Kenya, as in many developing nations, children and adults who are disabled and who can't walk don't have access to wheelchairs like we do here in the U.S. So they do what they can to get around. Some are carried, some crawl. For the adults who receive a mobility cart, they are given a cooler that fits on the back of the cart. as they can have a small business selling fruits, sodas, and snacks. They go from beggar to being able to support themselves, their families, and to send their children to school. Jason will be asking you to give from the heart to help Partners for Care get 1,000 mobility carts to the country of Kenya. As I conclude, I want to share with you the story of a special little boy named Sifa. Many times when children are physically challenged, they have to crawl on the ground, and they're shunned by other children, and sometimes they never even have the opportunity to go to school. When children receive a mobility cart, everything changes for them. I want you to watch Sifa as he goes to school for the first time on his own. On a recent trip to Kenya, I was able to meet Sifa. You see, when I first saw the photo of Sifa, he was in a large cart. Carts come large and they come small. And I asked the staff, why does Sifa have a large cart? Shouldn't he have a small cart? And the answer was, Sifa said, I'm a small boy and I don't want a small cart. So Sifa got a large cart. I was able to meet Sifa and to hear and to see firsthand how that mobility cart changed his life, permanently and forever changed his life. I ask you to give from the heart and to help Partners for Care help 1,000 more children like Sifa next year as we can take mobility carts to the country. Thank you.
I mean, folks, the stories don't get more heartwarming than that. Understand how different those people's lives are because of these mobility carts. Nothing can change a life more quickly with the work that Partners for Care does than a mobility cart. Let me explain how the mobility cart program works. Mobility Worldwide builds them. They have gentlemen and some ladies who build these carts. They cost about $500, but they donate them to Partners for Care. All Partners for Care has to do is get them shipped to Kenya. But getting carts shipped is not inexpensive. It costs about $1,000 to have 20 carts shipped. It costs $10,000 for one container, which means it costs $50,000 to ship 1,000 carts. And that is our goal over the next 7 or 8 or 9 minutes here, is to raise enough money to ship 1,000 mobility carts from Mobility Worldwide to Kenya. That's a $50,000 ask. The way the Bid from the Heart is going to work is I'm going to call out some numbers that some people here may think are a little bit high. But then I'm going to work my way down. And as I call out the dollar amounts, those buttons are showing up on your phone. And you're going to get a chance, or your computer or your smart TV, you're going to get a chance to hit those buttons and make your donation and make your contribution. As you make those contributions, I'll see them show up on the screen here. I will be able to acknowledge you and thank you, and we will see the name scroll on the screen as well for you as well. Again, our goal is to ship 1,000 mobility carts. We have already done 3,000 of these carts in the past 12 years since the organization started. Now our goal is to ship another 1,000 over the next 7 to 8 minutes to raise enough money for that. So as I mentioned, I'm going to call out some numbers. As I call them out, please hit that button on your phone. We'll see that scroll here in the studio, and we'll let you know and thank you for your contribution and your donation. Our first ask tonight is at $15,000. We have donations that have been rolling in throughout the evening already that you see up there, but is there someone now who can hit their button and show me a $15,000 donation? We're at 15,130 already, and we will acknowledge all of these donors throughout the evening tonight. But I'm waiting to see if anybody comes in at 15,000. 15,000 would get us 30% of the way to our goal with one touch of a button. Our goal is at $50,000 for 1,000 mobility carts. How about we go down to the next level? The next level we're going to ask for is a $10,000 donation. At $10,000, what are you going to do? It's 20% of our goal. At $10,000, You're going to help us ship 200 of these mobility carts. You saw the faces of Sifa and Lenny utilizing these carts as opposed to dragging themselves. We do have it. We have a donation from Keith Myers for $10,000. How about that, right? Keith Myers is in at $10,000. Who else will follow Keith's lead? Keith is one of the winners of the Africa package as well, right? He's taken our trip to see the mission. He's also donating $10,000. I love to see that heart over my shoulder continue to grow. Who else will help me at the $10,000 level? I will tell you that a lot of people donate and they say, I'll only give my $10,000 if someone else will give theirs. They call it the match. We're not doing a match. Keith didn't say that. Keith said, I'm going to give $10,000 because I believe in this mission. Who will follow my lead? Who's with me? Anyone else at $10,000 who's willing to hit that $10,000 button on your phone and make that contribution? Our next level we'll ask for is the $5,000 donor level. Is there a $5,000 donor out there anywhere? Who's going to give $5,000? We got one that just came in. This one's from an anonymous donor, but we're going to applaud that as well because whoever gave it at the $5,000, and folks, what I love to see here too is that Keith Myers has also given $5,000, so he has a total contribution of $15,000 so far this evening. And Autumn, I see that one as well, so we'll move on from that one in just a few moments. Anyone else at $5,000? Is there a $5,000 donor? Folks, we know that there are those of you who are watching. There are some people who bid on auction items and wanted to win some of the live auction packages and didn't win and still want to give. This is your opportunity. Who will hit that button at that $5,000 level and help us get to our $50,000 goal? Anyone else at $5,000? We're going to keep watching the screen here and see if it continues to grow. There are other donations that keep coming in, and I'd love to see them over my shoulder. We will acknowledge them all at some point. Where are my $2,500 donors? Who's in at $2,500 for Partners Who Care? Who's going to go at the $2,500 level? We're at $33,330 total. We're going to see who's going to get in at $2,500. Hong Che is a $2,500 donor. That one just popped up. So Hong, thank you so much for your donation of $2,500. Who else will join Hong Che as a $2,500 donor? I've seen lots of other donations come in, and you see the names scrolling here on the screen. So, of course, we do want to thank Margot and Beth and Ginger. We've thanked Keith lots. He's done tremendous work. But who else at $2,500? Anyone else at that level before we move on? As I mentioned, you can put in your donation at any time. We're just calling them out as we put them along here. So we're going to continue refreshing the screen. I see that one right there. My next level I'm going to call for are my $1,000 donors. At the $1,000 level, understand that if we get 50 of those, we've met our goal. At this point, we just need 14 more because here have been our $1,000 to this point already. Dale Dykema was in at $1,000. Amy Miller at $1,000. Ginger Powell at $1,000. William T. Grove is a $1,000 donor. We've had 4 $1,000 donors come in already. Anyone else at $1,000? I'm watching the screen here, and I love to see these donations come in. We were at $38,480. Are there other $1,000 donors out there? We got Marcus Brown is now a $1,000 donor. How about that? Dr. Marcus, thank you. Kristen Ullman is a $1,000 donor. Kristen, thank you. Kristen, a sponsor here tonight as well. Who else at $1,000? We're at $38,480. We're creeping up towards that total. We are just $11,520 away. A few more $1,000 donors really help us get there. Because if we use those 500s and 250s, we'll get there. We're going to take some time to get there. But who else at $1,000 before we move on? Folks, your accountant will thank me. It's a nice round even number, 1,000, right? It's easy. Anyone else at $1,000 before we move on to the next level? Our goal tonight, that $50,000 ships 1,000 carts over to Kenya. That's what we have to do tonight. 200 carts in every container. Every container, the numbers break down very easy. Every container costs $10,000. So 20 carts is a $1,000 donation. Who else at the $1,000 level? Anyone else? We'll go on to the next level. We're going to get to $50,000. We're going to ask you to help us get there. Who's in at $500? At $500, it's 10 carts with the snap of a finger like that. Who are my $500 donors? I know there's been some that have come already, so we'll call out some of the $500 donors previously. I'm looking up there at the screen, and I see some of those names scrolling, and we'll acknowledge. Derek Conley has recently got in at $500. So, Derek, thank you so much for your contribution, your donation at $500. We're creeping up past the $40,000 mark. The next one gets us just on the cusp. Here are my $500 donors. Joel Anderson is a $500 donor. Joel, thank you so much. Sandy Hugg, a board member, is a $500 donor. Sandy, thank you. We're also at $500 from Kelly. Franklin Joyner at $500. Martin Getz is at $500. Thank you so much to all of you at $500. Who else is a $500 donor? Who else can get their finger on that button and understand that your donation of $500 gets 10 people like Sifa and like Lenny, who we saw a moment ago, adults and children who for parts of their lives have either been carried or crawled. That was their only option for how to get around. Craig Anderson is a $500 donor. Craig, thank you so much. Who else at $500? Who can help those like Sifa and Lenny no longer crawl, no longer have to be carried? We're at $39,730. Is there a donor out there who can get us up over that $40,000 mark? We talked about Derek Conley at $500 and Craig Anderson at $500. Excuse me, Joel Anderson also is a $500 donor. Anyone else at $500 before we move on to the next level? I'm going to keep watching the screen right here because I know that there are people with the fingers on their buttons. And when your finger's on the buttons and you know I'm about to go down to another level, I would ask you this question. Before I go down to the next level, can you stretch? Can you stretch to get to that $500 level? Can you give up one night out, potentially a nice fancy dinner and a show, $250 more on top of the $250 that you might give next? Because the next level that we'll call is the $250 level. We had Sam Singer get in at $250. There have been other $250 donors who have put their donation in. So I'm going to continue watching the screen here. We're creeping up to that $40,000 mark. My $250 donors are coming in. I see them. Debbie Kennedy is in at $250. Sarah Ham is at $250. Anita Oliver at $250. Kara Cannon at $250. Bobby Charon at $250. I love this one. I don't know if it's a real name or not, but if it is, it's my favorite name of all time. Woohoo Mindy is a $250 donor. So Woohoo Mindy, thank you so much for your $250 contribution. We're at $40,980. We mentioned Kathleen and Paul Nelson at $250. Who else at $250? Just a moment ago, I was trying to get over the $40,000 mark. Now we're trying to get over $41,000. The next donation that comes in at $250 does just that. Who's in at $250? Anyone else? We're seeing who can help us get over 41,000. Seeing who can help us maybe get to 50,000. I think we just got another one that just came in because we're now at 41,230. We're going to wait for this screen down. Kelly Franklin Joyner at $250 gets us up over $41,000, and it continues to creep up there. So thank you as those donations come in. So to Beth and Joe, we'll keep looking at the screen here, and Bobby and Martin and Julie, thank you so much. Keep making those donations. I will tell you that we have one more level to call. And at this level, as much as I've said that you don't get anything during this part of the program except the feeling of knowing that you gave from the bottom of your heart, at this part of the program we do have one prize. And that prize is a $500 Amazon gift card. Everybody say, ooh. Right? All right. It's as general as they get, right? You can buy everything on Amazon. Now you're thinking to yourself, Jason, how are you going to decide who gets this $500 Amazon gift card? You're about to take $100 donations. It's very simple. I'm going to give the $500 Amazon gift card to the person who gives me at least $100 last. Okay? So I can watch the screen here, and I can see the people who have already given. So here are some early donors at $100. And remember, we're going to close this off in just a minute. When I see who my last donor is, you're going to get a $500 gift card. You must donate at least $100 to play this game. So Judy Linderman was a $100 donor. Sarah Ham and Donna Liebertor. Karen Pottsmeal was in at 100. Barbara Hallowell was in at 100. Christine Gorning was in at 100. Craig Carter at 100. Vicki Griffin at 100. Chris Eaton at 100. Julie Hodson at 100. Thank you. Donna Liebertor, I think I mentioned that one already. Beth Casey was in at 100. Margot Newcomb at $100. Scott Griffin is a $100 donor. Mindy Melgar was a $100 donor. Nina Miller, lots of great $100 donors that have come in so far, but they're not my last donor. Barbara Rivard at $100. Bridget Boylan at $100. Ginger Powell at $100. All of those people have come in at $100. The question is, who's going to be my last $100 donor? So here have been some donations that have come in since we announced the game, people who want to play this game. Beth Casey came in at $250. Remember, you have to donate at least $100. Joe Beasley came in at $100. Paul Brown came in at $250. Sandy Hugg came in at $100. Jack Darora came in at $100. Karen Novak is now a $100 donor. We're at $42,230. How it's going to work is I'm going to put a 30-second counter. This one will not show up on your bidding device. This 30 seconds is only kept here in the studio. So when I put that 30-second counter on the clock, and when that clock gets down to 0, you will hear the bell ring once again. I will look up at my screen and I will see who my last donor is. So right now, if it were to close, Karen Novak would get a $500 Amazon gift card just for donating $100 to Partners for Care. Who else? I got another donation here. It just came in at $50. We appreciate that. Not eligible for this game, though. Remember, it has to be at least $100 to play this game. So Martin Getz was our donor at $100. Who else is going to get in at $100? We're at $42,380. We're going to see who else wants to get in. You can play this game as many times as you want, so don't be afraid to continue hitting that $100 donation button. Every time you hit the $100 button, it's a $100 donation. I'm looking up at the screen here. I'll continue to thank Dale and Scott and Mindy and Hong. Thank you. Hong was a $2,500 donor. And Nina Miller. Anybody else going to go $100? So let's go ahead and put that 30-second counter on the clock right now. And remember, when that bell rings, we will refresh the screen one last time, and I will see, did anyone donate $100 after Martin Getz? Because right now, Martin is getting a $500 Amazon gift card for his $100 donation. So I'm going to continue to look down. I'm going to continue to see that our donation total is at $42,480. Kelly Franklin Joyner just donated another $100, so she's in. Who else is going to get in at this $100 game? Who else wants to play? Anybody else want to get in? Who's going to try to trump Kelly? Donna is in at $100. We got another $100 donation. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and refresh the screen one more time and see if any other donations have come in. They have not. So our $500 Amazon gift card goes to Donna Liebertor. So how about a round of applause for Donna? But more importantly, what I want to celebrate is what I see up there. Because what I see right now is $42,680. That is awesome. Folks, you can continue making donations, continue making contributions, continue donating to our Bid from the Heart this evening. But I will tell you that that wraps up this part of the program. Whether you want to donate $40 or $40,000, now's the time to put it in the device. Now is the time to make that donation, and we can continue to revisit and see how that Bid from the Heart has continued to grow. So please continue to make those contributions. Many of you have been a light, a beam of light to help guide Partners for Care. And that's why as we go into the next entertainment bit of this program, the entertainment that continues to be led by Sammy, the executive director, the musical group made up of the staff of Partners for Care, the band Temples of Worship. To thank you all for being that beam of light, they're going to give you this little light of mine.
Kangu kadite, ninda kalangaza, chenje kangu kadite, ninda kalangaza, chenje kangu kadite, ninda kalangaza, langaza. Kachenje kangu kati mino ninda kalangaza of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. On the road, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine. Even down the path, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine. Up the mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right, Temples of Worship. They have been jamming it all program long, and it has been awesome. And we've even got another bit from them, another performance by them that will be wrapping up our program in just a moment. But we've got a little more business at hand before we totally wrap things up. One is to give you all something once again, because that's what I do here. I like to give as much as I can because I know you all are giving as well, and it's going to be our third and final door prize. This is a Veda Vera straw woven bowl, and it is gorgeous as you see it up there. Once again, it is locally created by an African artisan from Kenya. It's using the tops of the grass stalks and specially woven for both strength and for beauty. Each basket has bright colors and intricate patterns and is unique and truly stands out as a piece of art, and that's what it is. It is these pieces of art. So, Valley, if you can tell her that that's for the African live auction package. Okay. So, the winner of our door prize, we're kind of doing multiple things in the studio here. Can you call me out a winner of our door prize, please? Jody Folk. Jody Folk wins our bowl right here, right? So, Jody, congratulations on that. For all of our winners, whether it be live auction or silent auction, which, oh, by the way, we sold every item in our silent auction and our live auction, including the home energy package that sold for $1,000. So thank you to all of our donors of those items. So understand that everything sold out. Thank you for contributing those, donating those items to help us raise the funds needed here this evening. If you want an item, whether it be live or silent or any of our door prizes, someone from Partners for Care will be contacting you to coordinate how they're going to get you your item, right? I know a lot of you out there, hey, I won something, now what happens? I will also remind everyone that on your bidding device, we're going to give a special offer to anyone who is interested because we're going to have what's called an Insta-Buy. And the Insta-Buy is your opportunity to buy your way to go to Africa. You want to take that Kenyan trip, that Kenyan Partners for Care mission trip, the African photo safari that we talked about before. If you're willing to pay the $4,000 that our auction winners wanted at, you can go to Kenya as well. So it's Insta-Buy number 800. So if you just go to the 800 number and search for 800, it will show up on your screen as I'm seeing it here. So hit that, tap that one button, and you're $4,000 all in. You're going to have the time of your life and learn about that Partners for Care mission in Kenya. Now, I will also tell you what I wanted to announce here is our total money raised at this event. We're going to take the live auction. We're going to take the silent auction. We're going to take the bid from the heart, which you all did so amazing at. And what I'm going to tell you is during that part of the program, all in for tonight's virtual elephant, the money we just raised is $108,411. How about that, right? That is an awesome total. And please know that the donating doesn't have to stop. Any one of you that wants to go onto that button and hit that donate button because you continue to be moved, you can certainly do that. What I will tell you is that I have loved being your MC, your auctioneer here this evening. Understand that on behalf of the production crew who have made this program look and sound great, on behalf of Valley Adams, who's working the bidding machines over there and the mobile bidding software, which is Qtego, on behalf of the entire staff of Partners for Care, we want to thank you for supporting this event. But it's not for me to send the program off. It's for Connie and Sammy to do it. I'm going to turn it over to them one more time. Again, I'm Jason Alpert. Have a great night, everyone. Here's Sammy and Connie.
Thank you for all of your donations tonight, for all of your bidding, for all of joining in as we raise funds to be able to support the work in Kenya.
Thank you. Through your support, we will be able to open the schools, more bed nets, more mobility carts will be distributed, more sewing school, more computer schools. So thank you very much. God bless you.
My soul is at rest. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. Thanks, thanks, I give you thanks for all you have done. I am so blessed. My soul is at rest. Oh Lord, I give you thanks. I didn't have any hope at all. You gave me peace divine, strength to carry on. I should have been the one to pay, but instead